Crimson Moon is a game that stood out to me when it was originally unveiled during February's State of Play because it reminded me of Doom, except it's third-person action and you're playing as a medieval knight instead of the Doomslayer, but still we have a lot of sword and board, hack and slash, and crazy executions, and that just seemed like it's going to be crazy fun, especially with the banging soundtrack that they had playing in the background. Now, today, Crimson Moon is going to be getting a trailer probably right around the same time as this video is going live, so we're going to be checking out that trailer a little bit in advance here, and I'm also going to be checking out some B-roll that was sent to me by Alex from Eric's Gaming. Well, previously from Eric's Gaming. Now he's working at Probably Monsters. He's the one who kind of hooked me up with this gameplay footage because he saw that I was interested in Crimson Moon. So without any further ado, let's check out the new trailer and see what's up.
You were born of forbidden blood, bound in chains to serve the Order of the Crimson Moon. Rise, Nephilim, and send our foes back to their fiery prison.
See, this is the soundtrack that I'm talking about. It just oozes badass vibes, you know? We got some Ice Frost, we got some Whirlwind action going on. Rip out the wings as an execution, hell yeah. You got some parry, and maybe that counts as a riposte. Maybe it's a boss execution. Even angels bleed. This is like a type of Spartan Rage mode, which I think they're calling Nephilim mode. September 2026. Unfortunately, they are making the decision to release this game on top of all of the other crazy stuff that is already releasing in September this year, which I've had this list that I've been working on for a bunch of games that I want to check out. It's like, here's what's coming out in September to give you guys an idea, right? We have Blood of the Dawnwalker on the 3rd of September. We have, Elden Ring Tarnished Edition right at the end of August as well. Wolverine on the 15th of September. Valor Mortis on the 24th. Control Resonant on the 24th. Onimusha on the 25th. It's like September is just so full of games that I kind of wish that they would delay this maybe a little bit more or release it earlier. I don't know. Either or. It's just like a really tough time this year to release something in September. But having said that, I'm still going to check it out when it releases. I will definitely be making a couple of videos on this because I'm interested. I think the game looks really, really cool. I mean, you guys can tell that this type of art style, if you've been with the channel for a while, you guys know that I like this kind of chunky art style, particularly if you're talking about crazy, gory executions in a medieval setting with a banging metal soundtrack. That's going to be right up my alley. Now, one of the things that I'm not sure if I saw for the first time in this trailer, because I think I had only seen one player's stuff up until this point, or maybe I'm just confusing it because there's so many games coming out this year, but in here, they clearly show you that there's 2 players. There's been a developer Q&A where they've actually explained that the game is even going to have crossplay, which is pretty cool because if you're going to have multiplayer, might as well have crossplay. I really dig the animations. They're not like the most mind-blowing animations. This is obviously a game much more on I would venture kind of like a AA type of scale as opposed to a AAA, but it looks really good. I really like the art style. I like the crazy over-the-top executions. I like the themes and the genre that they're going for. I think it's going to be one hell of a good time. Now, what type of game is Crimson Moon? Now, this is an action RPG, except it's also got a couple of roguelite elements. They have a Q&A that they've done with one of the developers where I actually wanted to show you guys because there's they even showcase like some of the gear that you can get. So this is some of the stuff that's going to change the way that your character looks. There's also going to be a transmog system that they're adding into the game. And you're going to be able to collect this loot while you are playing through each of the missions that the game has. Now, the thing is, you have to successfully finish the mission to be able to keep the loot, I think. I'm not exactly sure how that part works yet because they haven't been super clear about it. But you do have to kind of like finish these missions. Sometimes there will be boss fights. They're focusing on replayability. So they want you to be able to kind of like replay these missions and grind for gear, and they're going to be increasing the difficulty as you move forwards. And I'm assuming that you'll get to choose based on like how much gear you've acquired, what difficulty do you want to shoot for, that type of stuff, kind of like that type of, you're going to be grinding for gear, you're going to be upgrading stuff, you're going to be doing all of that. So that is definitely something that obviously is right up my alley, and you're going to be able to do that in a multiplayer setting as well. So in here you can see some of the equipment. They also have a screen here. Do keep in mind that this is alpha footage, as you guys can see down here, but they also have a screen in here where they show you what the inventory is going to look like. So you got like a place for rings, potions, armor, shenanigans, and like I said, transmog. Eventually you got stats, so your character is also going to be leveling up. There are forms of permanent progression in between quests, but there's also, I believe, boons that you can get while you are playing through these levels, which kind of give it that roguelike vibe. So probably some exaggerated buffs that you'll be getting during these runs that you're not going to get to keep forever. But yeah, there's some roguelike elements, some action RPG elements, and some badass elements in terms of like the soundtrack. I have some B-roll here that Alex sent me. We're going to be checking that out. Now, do keep in mind that this is from an early beta build, so it doesn't have all of this stuff. It doesn't have like all of the polish that you would expect from the final product. They're still only going to be releasing in September, so it is to be expected. One of the things that I noted is that in this B-roll, they don't have music, which is one of the big draws for me with this game, is like that metal music while you're slashing away through demons and stuff. The final game will have music in these sections, I've been told, so just keep that in mind as we go through this B-roll. But yeah, you see two characters going in here. We're going to get to see some of the abilities. You see an enemy, one of the characters shooting out some lightning. You got some jump attacks. Doesn't seem like there's any friendly fire, which would be kind of rough in a melee game like this. You'd be hacking away at your friend non-stop. I believe that there is healing in the game as well. You got like potions and stuff like that. But they're probably going to be limited because I do think they want to keep things reasonably challenging. From the look of this wall, it seems like you'll get to some sections where you'll be forced to defeat enemies. I love these executions. You'll be forced to like defeat enemies before you can progress, I would imagine. Chest for loot. Another thing is you can see the level, the way that they're showing you this level. And you'll be playing the same levels. Not always the same levels, but these levels are designed to kind of like be replayable. But the idea is, from my interpretation, you're going to be starting in a different section of the level depending on which mission you're doing. The enemies that are going to be present in the level are going to change, and maybe sometimes certain sections of the level will be sectioned off, or maybe it opens up new sections of the level depending on which mission you're doing. So that's kind of like how they're going to be playing into the replayability and all of that good stuff. I like the fact that you're basically just using the enemy's weapons to do some of these crazy executions. That's pretty cool, because that way you're not always seeing the same execution animation from like your sword or something like that. It actually depends on the weapon that the enemy is using. We see like some charge shenanigans, some skills. Boosh. There it is. The impaling finisher. A ship flying above the city. I wonder if you'll get to actually fight on that ship. Because you guys know me, I'm very partial to fighting on moving platforms and stuff like that. I really dig the art style. Now again, do keep in mind what I said. This is very much still early footage. But I feel like it's already showing so much promise. That looked like a parry, so there's going to be a parry system as well, I would imagine. And keep in mind, even though they're showing mostly co-op footage in this B-roll, you can play the game solo, so co-op is completely optional. I like how he flowed from the whirlwind straight into the execution animation. I'm hoping that's something that you can kind of do, like you don't have to always wait out. As much as I like animation commitment, I also really like how you can just kind of flow into an execution. As a big boy. See, he's got the red demon eye so that you know he's the bad guy. Look at how big that sucker is. The art style is just gorgeous. I love this art style. I've always said it, art style beats visual fidelity every time. And the chunky art style is something that I can appreciate. Looks like this this particular boss has like some mechanic where you have to hit him in the legs because there's a targeting reticule in the legs. Probably got to be careful with that poison. Wonder if it's like a Tower Knight type of mechanic where you smack the legs, then eventually he falls over, you get to hit the head. Seems like every now and then some of these bosses will glow red when they're doing what I would assume are unblockable attacks. Fairly certain that that will be better communicated in the final version of the game. Like, again, this is rough footage. There's that healing. I wonder if there'll be levels where you start on the outside, then you go inside, and you know, because you see outside environments, you see inside environments. We haven't really seen the transition. I'm hoping you can get like a seamless transition going from the outside to the inside, continuing the level that way. Bonk. Now just imagine doing this to the soundtrack we were listening to earlier. The Nephilim form, which is what you saw there previously, I think that is going to work kind of like a Spartan Rage type of situation, and I believe that during the Q&A, the developer actually mentioned that there's different Nephilim forms that you can have, so there's like tankier Nephilim forms, more damage-oriented Nephilim forms, that type of stuff. So that's also cool. It's not like, oh, we both go into Nephilim form, we're just like doing the same old thing now. Wonder what were those things that he was picking up? Probably like some resource that you can use in crafting or buying stuff between rounds. Is this guy slower than the other one? Because he's like heavily armored? That might be a thing. Like a teleport charge. Grenade to the dome. You also can resurrect each other if you're playing in multiplayer. But I believe that will be scaling. Oh, this character had like a fire aura. Probably like a skill that you can have. Fire sword as well. Get parried, son. Yeah, these friggin' executions looking real solid. Okay, sword and axe. Now you're speaking my language. Looks like he placed some type of a debuff on the boss. Boss glowing when he's doing like unblockable attacks and whatnot. Yeah, you can see it right there. Ooh, big poison AoE in the ground, I would assume. Nephilim mode. Looks like you can use the Nephilim as kind of like, I will soak up damage, like I'm immortal during Nephilim mode. Is that like throwing the sword? Because he kind of like picks it back up afterwards. You have a certain number of lives whenever you are, ooh. AoE blast spell, but you have a certain number of lives whenever you're playing through the game, and in there I think you saw the player character die and he was just like coming back to life. Charge attacks as well, that seems to be a thing. Ooh. So we've seen perfect blocks, I wonder if there's perfect dodging as well. What was that? It was like some type of a vision thing? Huh. Some type of detective vision as well. Because they do say in the trailer that you're you're supposed to figure out the mysteries of this place. Damn, that's a nasty looking demon. It's got blades all over the place. Bone blades. Yeah, fire aura, like I was saying earlier. You will be making different builds as well as you progress through the game. So that is something that you guys know. I like fiddling around with skills and whatnot. He drank a potion right before that. Was he healing? We've seen that cone ability in multiple different types, so I wonder if you can like customize the skills so that, oh, you can have this cone ability in cold, or you can have this cone ability in fire. And I'm gonna just be playing sword and board. I know that they have other weapons, like they have big blunt weapons, I heard one of the developers say, so like I'm thinking big maces. They have pole arms, they have spears. But sword and board is going to be my jam. Like, I think this looks pretty interesting. I think it's going to have a rough time coming out in September. Because, as we know, it's like September this year and February next year appear to be just, like, completely and utterly packed. The damage of GTA 6, the damage that it's done to this industry cannot be understated. But I'm still interested. I'm going to be checking it out when it comes out. And let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification icon, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong. Stay safe. Peace out.